guys, Tommy Simbaza here with Game Trade Media, and I'm here with Michael from Hub Games.
Bless you. Thank you, Tommy, for having us.
How are you? Now, how's your PAX been going?
It's been really, really good. This is the second time we've been here.
Okay.
We came to the first show and now the third. We skipped last year because we had a very, very different game that was
Everyone
probably not
knows
the
what
best.
happened last year.
Well, yeah. we don't talk about that anymore. But this year has been fantastic. We've got 2 new games that folks are checking out, which, of course, we'll get to see here.
Yeah, I want to see this. And what is this?
So this is MegaCity Oceania.
Okay,
This is my plastic Technicolor baby. Well, me and Jordan Draper, famed for the Tokyo game series, we put our heads together and made this sort of. We want it to be sort of like this nice utopian, futuristic city-building game with a little bit of light strategy and a little bit of dexterity mixed together as well.
Okay, I'm ready. I ate a little while ago.
Yeah,
So I'm nice and steady.
Our blood sugar is blood sugar. Blood sugar.
I got
is
blood
good.
shaker.
It is Sunday. We're all
Show me
very
the blood
tired.
shaker game. Here
That
comes the
comes
blood
next year.
shaker.
Murder up. All right, so this is how it goes.
Okay.
So we are the architects of the world's first floating megacity.
Okay.
Off the coast of Australia, the year is 2100.
All right.
The seas have risen, so to solve the problem of
That's a myth.
being need to population, fixing the population up,
Yeah.
we have developed this brand new technology.
Okay.
We are given a bunch of contracts, which are these little cards here.
Okay.
Every contract has what building type it is, so this is a residential building.
All right.
We also have a minimum height that our buildings must be, and we'll use these little 3D rulers to measure the minimum height.
Okay.
This is exactly how many pieces we need. This is how many prestige points it will give us.
Okay.
And as architects, that's all we care about, prestige.
Now, does it have to look like that? Are you trying to emulate
No.
that?
So this bit here is what we call, this is the requirements.
Okay.
So every building has its own little requirements, which could be anything from building a courtyard on the ground floor through to an archway, either on the ground or higher up, or there might even be a restriction, which would not allow you to use a certain building material.
Yeah.
So with building materials, we've got 3 different types. We have glass.
Okay.
We have black steel.
Okay.
10 points if you get the reference. Black steel. Nobody listens to Public Enemy anymore, apparently. There we go. And grey concrete as well.
Okay.
So we also have our platform tiles, which we will build on. You are not allowed to build on this little section here, which is called the vents.
Okay.
But you must build touching these little power ports. They will power your building.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Right. Get a couple of actions on your turn. You can take bits from the bag.
Okay.
You could take a contract, which we have here.
Now, how many pieces can you take from the bag on your turn?
3.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to choose at random, or you can?
So
can
you
look?
dive in and you grab 3 at random.
Okay.
Or you can specifically say, I am going to look in the bag and take 1.
Okay.
So if you really, really want a piece of a certain type, you can go in, try find it.
Or if you can tell what shapes are with your hand, right?
Now, as you play the game, you will learn
Yeah.
what the pieces feel like, and that's an integral part of it, because if you get to repeat the shapes in your building, it not only looks aesthetically pleasing, just because of how physics works, they will stick together a lot nicer.
Did you ever
the bite will go
see
through.
Poltergeist Part 2, the second one? Because after Carol Ann came back, she could see colors and stuff with her hand. And her mother was like, hand me the yellow yarn. And she was like, here, mother. And just give it right to her.
Hand me the golden thing or whatever.
Yeah.
That's all good. That's cool. So how it works, you get 2 actions on your turn.
Okay.
Take bits. Take a contract. Take a tile.
Okay.
While I'm taking my turn, everybody else around the table is building. So there's very little downtime in the game.
Okay.
Which is quite cool. So I'm going to just sort of like sit over here,
Please.
and we're going to say, oh, this is a contract that I would like you to do.
Okay.
So this needs an archway above the ground floor. So for now, I just sort of like say, build something.
Okay.
It doesn't need to, for the purposes of our demonstration, it doesn't need to completely follow the rules.
Okay.
But by the time I'm doing my actions...
Okay, you're doing your actions. I need
And you're going to build on this little tile here.
Oh, I'm building on this tile.
Oh, yes, because there is there's a very important integral part of this game.
Okay.
Which is the dexterity element of it.
Okay. I'm building it here. Now, I have to touch all 3?
Yeah, but not just with one piece. So
Okay.
what you could do, for example, is if you put that there,
Yeah.
those 2 pieces you could put, yoink, that piece you could put there,
Okay.
put that on top,
And then look.
and now you've got a little platform to
So
work on.
I need an arch. I'm required, right?
And it looks like I can see through your building
Boom.
right there.
Here, live in that.
So 1 more piece on there, and then put 1 of your little cubes to let me know that it is your building.
Here we go. Yes, my first building.
Lovely. Now, when the bag comes around to you, there is a special action that you can do, which is delivering. And this is how we actually make the city. So it's now officially your turn.
Okay.
So you will physically, elegantly, delicately take your tile and slide it across the ocean floor surface to join the city.
So this is a great drinking game.
Oh yeah, like if your hands are shaking and everything, it's going to be even better.
Oh, I'm going to play this with my 70-year-old grandmother. It's a tremor.
Now, I designed the game like elements specifically to make sure that even somebody with really, really shaky hands could win, because I have very, very shaky hands.
Yeah.
And I need
Once
to
my
make sure
nerves
that's going to
get
go
going.
through. So when a contract's put in, you flip it upside down, say it's completed,
Okay.
and you will score the prestige points that we have here. There we go, from the over camera. You'll score the 3 points there. As the game goes on, you can also add parks to the city, which are these little green tiles. And then you can put statues in the parks, which will give you bonus points as the game continues.
Okay.
At the very end, once all of the contracts have been built, we will then have an award ceremony, because there's one thing architects like, it is awards.
Yeah.
We hand out bonus points for all the
prestigious
parks.
award.
Yeah. We hand out bonus points for whoever's built the most of each of the 4 different building types. There's a diversity award if you've built at least one of each of the 4. And then whoever's got the tallest building at the end also gets points.
Mine's not very tall.
It's pretty good, though.
It's all right.
It doesn't need to be massive. That's the important thing. It needs to
Well,
be stable.
Tell that to my fiance.
I'm not going there. And yeah, so that's basically that's the heart of the game. There's a couple of other little things you need to know, but you've got the full gist of it right now.
Yeah, this is great. Now, what happens if a building falls over?
So if it falls over when it's being delivered, the player takes everything back. They forfeit the rest of their turn. The bag moves on, and they get to rebuild for the future.
What if it falls? Yeah, okay, go ahead.
If it falls down when it's in the city, anything that's basically fallen into the water, so off a tile, goes back into the bag. So it's a good way of recycling the pieces back through.
Okay.
The contracts remain complete because as architects,
so
all
you
you
still
care
get
about,
those points.
Yeah, you're still good. You just care about the fact the building was okay when you left it.
Okay,
so that's all good. So you still get the points for the contract. You still get bonuses at the end. You're all good. But we just wanted to make sure that when the game was played by a group who maybe sort of like have more potential
boisterous?
but boisterous is good. That there would be no real sort of like punitive like punishments for
so
it.
like if I'm delivering and I boom and hit the table,
that's like it
causes
just
mass
happens.
casualties within the city. And as the architect, you're like, it's not my problem. I got my money.
It was fine when we left
I got
it.
my money.
Everything's
See you
all
guys
right.
later.
That's it. People wandering around with like a sock full of batteries, that sort of thing, like whacking it across the table like so.
Well, this is great. So how long does a game take to play?
About 45 minutes.
Okay.
So depending on how many people are playing, it's like 2 to 4.
Okay.
The 2-player game is a lot more sort of chilled out. We actually say specifically in the rules to let people have those moments to build up what they need to build. This is not a game where speed is of the essence.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's an element of the game because you want to.
Yeah, it's more. It's
be able
partially
to push things
cooperative,
around.
where you want to root for the other people at the table. At the same time, you want to make your money.
Yeah.
You want to get that first.
Yeah, you
So
are
as a-
building that
there's- I can
collaborative
see, like a
thing,
cool
yeah.
element where everyone's sliding it in. It's almost like Jenga, where everyone's like, oh,
Those lovely moments of tension are what I live for. So
Yeah.
we've played, I think I've run like something like 30, 35 demos over the course of the weekend. And every game has had those moments of tension, which are just sort of like you have people standing up all around
like,
it.
oh.
We've had audiences of like 30, 40, 50 people standing around the table going, is it going to happen? Is it going to? And then you get like this nice sort of like polite golf clap going on when the game comes in. It's very genteel.
I
It's
would love for
lovely.
this game to become so big that it's played in arenas, much like the commercial for the game Crossfire. You remember that? Where in the dystopian
Two
future,
kids in the
where
middle
that
of
kid
like
is
this
just
empty
sent
arena.
into a void because he forgot to
God.
hit something with a marble.
We should bring back that sort of like that MB Games vibe.
Yeah.
Like we should have like a sad-looking child on the front, just sort of like drowning in the water, just going like that. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm really sorry.
You're
Once
dead.
again, I'm really tired. All right, so that
Now,
is
how much will this
MegaCity.
run you?
Oh, so
Oh god, I ruined everything.
everything's weird. So this is retailing, I believe, for 55 at your
55?
friendly local game store. A bargain at twice the price.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But you get a lot in there. There's like 30 plus contracts. There's 150 different plastic pieces. All these tiles.
A million different combinations.
Yeah,
You only limit your
literally.
imagination.
Yeah, every single time you play, you make something unique.
Yeah, and if you got a kid that likes Minecraft, put him to work on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Because it's it is also a lovely tool to play with
Mm-hmm.
because you're building something nice, satisfying. like simple monochromatic buildings, but also lovely Technicolor bases.
Yeah, when you gave me a handful of pieces, I immediately went into tanagram mode, that tanagrams, and I was like, oh, none of these fit together. It was maddening. Now,
we blame Jordan for that.
is it available now?
It is out now. So we launched it officially at Essen, which was fantastic. We sold loads, which was really gratifying. It is now also in stores across North America, across Europe, and, you know, other fine places where you can get them anywhere.
At your friendly local game store.
Your friendly local game store would
now,
be a
can
nice
people
thing.
buy this directly from your website?
Of course, if you want to come visit us at wearehubgames.com, we've got a few copies on there. We also are the only place where you can get the exclusive playmat. So there is a ridiculous...
Is it a shock-absorbing playmat?
It's lovely, sort of like thick foam. It's 3.5 foot by 3.5 foot. But
Wouldn't
it
fit
looks
on this
great.
table.
It would not fit on this table, but you don't need the playmat to play it at all. It's just like if you really want that luxurious experience.
Yeah, if you want to impress your friends. You're like, hey, come on over. Look at my huge
If you have more money
table.
than sense, please come and look at my giant table with my immense playmat on it. Also, play this game with us. It's all good.
Now, what else do you have for us?
All right,
What
so
is
let's
that?
move this.
Yeah, get out of here.
Go away,
All
MegaCity.
right, that's going to be a nightmare to clean up later.
It's fine.
I'm just kidding. It cleans up as a breeze.
So this one is ever so slightly smaller, as you can see. This is Flip Over Frog, which I will pop there. So this, as you can see, is a slightly different game. The idea being that you are given, at the very beginning of the game, one of these frog tokens. And this represents one of 4 different frog families. These are all actual poison arrow frogs that you get in the Amazon rainforest. You're given one of these secretly at the very beginning of the game. So let's say, for example, you were given that one.
And can I look at it?
Yes, of course. Because what you're looking to do is try and get the most of those face up on the board at the end of the game.
Okay.
So this was actually released first at Essen 2018.
Okay.
Tiny little Japanese company called Gotani. They came to Essen. They had like 50 handcrafted copies of the game. We saw it. We loved it. We played it about 20 times over the course of the weekend and said, we should probably see if we can get this for a bigger audience. So we signed a development deal with them. We made it look, I think, really, really cute and beautiful.
It's kind of cute.
And
it's like almost like a Pixar game.
Yeah, and now we have it sort of like internationally. So,
okay, so how do you play?
All right, so on your turn, and I'm going to grab a few more tiles out of here.
It's not memory-based, is it?
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, Lord.
We do not have the right games for you with
memory. Yeah, I knew that my 20s would catch up to me at some point, and here we are.
All right, so on your turn, you're going to have 3 of these tiles in your hand. So I'm going to give you 3 of those there.
Who am I again?
I think you were the yellow one.
No.
No, you're the red one.
You're so wrong.
All right, so on your turn, you take one of the tiles from your hand and you place it in any empty space on the board.
Okay.
So an empty space is anything that, well, surprisingly has nothing in it.
Okay.
But also, this face down tile is also empty. And we're going to show you how things get face down right now, because when you take one of your tiles and you place it on a spot, anything that frog is pointing towards with these little arrows flips over. Hence, Flip Over Frog.
It's got an Othello kind of vibe.
A little bit, yeah. So you draw back up, and we're all good. So now, if you want to take one of your tiles,
all right, I'll take
pop it down anywhere you like.
I'm going to pop it here.
Perfect. So that is pointing to this tile, so that means that one flips over.
Nice.
Ah, this is good, especially for you.
How would you know?
No reason whatsoever. Now, if I see this happening and I don't like that, what I could also do is take one of my snake tiles. There's 4 snakes in the deck, and I can put that on top of it, and it will eat the frog, because that is the only natural predator for the poison arrow frogs. I am.
Just ate that frog.
All right, so we're going to keep on going for a couple of turns.
Well, Baby Yoda eats frogs. Now so that was your turn.
So that was my turn.
Now do I draw back up to 3?
Yes, always draw back up to 3 at the end of your turn. So let's pop another one down. And maybe I might suggest popping it maybe on here, just to see what happens.
All right. You know what? I'm going to
let's go
pop
on
it on top.
On top. So, yeah, you can sit on top of an upside-down frog.
Okay.
So, obviously, you were pointing towards that one.
Yeah.
That flips, and that one flips as
yeah.
well.
Okay.
Now, how about if I'm going to take actually a different one with one of the diagonal spots on it. How about if I play this? Pointing to nothing there, pointing to nothing there, pointing to nothing there. But this is pointing to a stack of 2 tiles.
Yeah.
And when that happens, you flip both of them. So now you need to try and remember what is on the opposite side of that tile as well.
Here's where the rubber hits the road.
Yes. So over the course of like 10 minutes, you're flipping these tiles upside down, back and front, just trying desperately to remember, was that one red? Was that one yellow?
You've made so many games that are wonderful drinking games.
I always think the best kids games work really, really well for drunk grown-ups. This is why I have so many Habba games in my house, because it's just sort of like, all right, everybody come around, a few beers. It's just like, right, let's play tier after tier.
Yeah, I'm playing Shoots and Sponsors.
It all works. So you keep on playing. So when the game is done, in other words, when there are no more spaces left on the board, if we have 16 face-up frogs, or all of the tiles are gone, we reveal what frog color we had.
Yeah, of course you would.
And in this very short version of the game, I am victorious.
Yeah, you've. I'm going to stop the demo just as soon as I've won.
Well, yes.
No, this is great. And so, how long would a usual game like this?
Literally 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, I could see that going pretty quickly.
Yeah,
and play a handful of these.
Yeah, it's a great game for the start of the night because just get people warmed up when folks are just arriving for your game night or whatever. It's great to play with kids. Like it's a very sort of like level playing field. Whether you're playing like with an experienced bunch of gamers or you're playing with a bunch of kids who may be quite new to gaming, it works because it's a super simple rule set. It is play a tile, flip whatever it's pointing to, and now you're a winner.
Oh, man. Okay, that's enough of the demo. We've done
and draw a new one. It's really easy, really approachable, but there is a little dark heart beating inside it as well, because you can screw people over.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely the type of game, which, especially at the 10-minute mark, where you can be like, all right, this first one was fun. Let's make it interesting. $100 a game. Start betting on top of it.
Tommy, I'm a game designer. I don't know what $100 looks like. Never mind have it in my bank account.
So, speaking of $100, how much is this going to run you? $7,500?
Of course, yes. The limited edition gold version is available direct from the WeAreHubGames.com site. It comes with 36 poison frogs and 4 actual poisonous snakes.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. That would be very bad.
Played on an acre of rainforest.
That's it, which you get the deeds to as well. Mercifully, if you don't want to shell out for that all-out experience, you can get this for just 15 of your American dollars.
That's beautiful. And is it available now?
It is available now. Again, we launched this one at Essen. It's in your friendly, I was going to say your frozen local game stores.
Well,
like I said, it's Sunday.
There was that accident.
But there you go. Your friendly local game stores will have it. And if they don't have it, just ask. They'll get it for you. They're nice people. That's why they got friendly in the title.
And what's that website again where they can go to?
That would be the lovely WeAreHubGames.com. So just look at this, put We Are at the front of it, put a .com at the end, you'll be good.
That's beautiful. So guys, thanks for joining us.
Thank
Michael,
you.
it was a pleasure
Tommy,
meeting
thank
you.
you. Absolute
and
pleasure.
We'll see you guys at your local floating game store.